You know, every election we hear a lot of talk, we hear a lot of good plans, we hear actually a lot of good intentions, but somehow, for decades, nothing really has changed. What we need now is a proven leader who has produced results. That's how you go from secretary to CEO. You lead and you produce results. I will cut this government down to size and hold it accountable, simplify the tax code, roll back the regulations that have been spewing out of Washington, D.C. for 50 years. I may not be your dream candidate just yet, but I can assure you I'm Hillary Clinton's worst nightmare. And in your heart of hearts, you cannot wait to see a debate between Hillary Clinton and Carly Fiorina. I will tell you this, I will beat Hillary Clinton. And with your votes and your support and your prayers, I will lead with the citizens of this great nation, the resurgence of this great nation.
Thank you, Mrs. Fiorina. Dr. Carson.
I just want to thank all my colleagues here for being civil, not falling for the traps. And I just also want to thank the audience for being attentive and noticing the questions and noticing the answers. And this is what I'm finding throughout America. People are waking up because it is going to be us who will determine the direction of our country. And it was made for we the people. We are the ones who decide who we are, and we should never give away the values and principles that made America into a great nation for the sake of political correctness.
Mr. Trump.
Our country doesn't win anymore. We used to win, we don't win anymore. We lose on trade. We lose with ISIS. We lose with one of the worst deals I've ever seen negotiated of any kind. That's our recent catastrophe with Iran. We don't win. Let me give you one quick example. These folks, CNBC, they had it down at 3.5 hours. I just read today in the New York Times, $250,000 for a 30-second ad. I went out and said, it's ridiculous. I could stand up here all night. Nobody wants to watch 3.5 or 3 hours. It was a big sacrifice, and I have to hand it to Ben. We called Ben. He was with me 100%. We called in, we said, that's it, we're not doing it. They lost a lot of money, everybody said it couldn't be done. Everybody said it was gonna be 3 hours, 3.5, including them. And in about 2 minutes, I renegotiated it down to 2 hours so we can get the hell out of here. Not bad. And I'll do that with the country. We will America great again. And thank you, everybody.
Just for the record, the debate was always gonna be 2 hours. Senator Rubio.
That's not right. That is absolutely not right. You know that that is not right.
Senator Rubio.
Thank you. You know, America doesn't owe me anything. I have a debt to America I'll never repay. This isn't just the country I was born in. This is the nation that literally changed the history of my family. My parents in this country were able to give me the chance to do all the things they never did. We call that the American dream, although it's built on the universal dream of a better life. The fact that it's happened for so many people here throughout our history, that's what makes us special. But now for millions of Americans, it's slipping away. And we have a government and leaders in government that are completely out of touch, and that's why I'm running for president. Because we can't just save the American dream, we can expand it to reach more people and change more lives than ever before. And that's why tonight I'm asking you for your vote.
Thank you, Senator. Governor Bush.
America's at a crossroads. The D.C. politicians continue to make things worse. I have a proven record of success, 32 years in business and 8 years as governor of the state of Florida. I will change the culture in Washington, just as I changed the culture in Tallahassee. And I will do so in a way that will bring people together. We need a unifier, not a cynical divider in chief, and that's exactly what I will do. Imagine a country where people are lifted out of poverty again. Imagine a country where the middle class can get rising income again. I know we can do this because we're still the most extraordinary country on the face of the earth. Thank you.
Thank you, Governor. Governor Hockett.
You know, I know to a lot of people in the media, this is just a great big game and we're the players. And we come out here and we do our thing. And sometimes we're held up in contempt by people who write columns. But I guarantee to every person on this stage, there's something deep inside of us that would cause us to give up our livelihoods and step out on this stage and fight for the people of America. I've got 5 grandkids. I do not want to walk my 5 grandkids through the charred remains of a once great country called America and say, here you go, $20 trillion of debt. Good luck making something out of this mess. And for those of us who are serious enough to run for president, think long and hard why we're here, and hopefully you'll know we're not here for ourselves. We, honest to God, are here to get this country back on track. I know this. I certainly am.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Governor Casey.
I was on Morning Joe at a town hall, and a young student stood up and said, "Can I still be idealistic?" I said, "Absolutely, you can still change the world." And you know the old inscription, if you save one life, you've changed the world. Folks, we have a problem here with the leadership in Washington, but I'll tell you another problem. We need to rebuild our families. We need to have stronger families. We need to know who our neighbors are. We need to come together as a country because we have to realize is great, not from the top down. Oh yeah, we want to elect a good president, but America is great from the bottom up. And the bottom up is us, in our families, in our communities, in our neighborhoods. We will renew America if we work together, and I am totally confident that we will. And God bless America.
Thank you, Governor. That concludes tonight's debate. On behalf of my colleagues, Becky Quick, John Harwood, Sharon Epperson, Rick Santelli, and Jim Cramer, we'd like to thank our host, the University of Colorado at Boulder, the Republican National Committee, the candidates, and of course, tonight's audience. CNBC's Kelly Evans and Joe Kernan pick up our continuing coverage.